take you and sell you to these Europeans to make some profit. Okay? So this was going on, all right? But the problem was that it was allowed, number one. Number two, a lot of those kings that were giving those people away found out what was going on, and then they would get a revolt together to go and try to recapture those people and get them out of the hands of the Europeans. This ship is known as the White Line, which was one of the first ships that started to go on the Gold Coast. The Portuguese were kind of the first to get into the transatlantic slave trade. Now you notice, remember, it got separated over in Africa. A lot of times if you go to Africa, you'll find that those people still speak those same languages. For instance, Dutch, French, a little bit of Portuguese, etc., etc. So they still carried that star. Almost some of them lost their total identity, particularly coming over here. Right? So now you're put on a ship. The trip could last anywhere from 3 to 6 months. Coming from any coast of Africa to any port in the Americas, in the Indies, West Indies. 3 to 6 months on a ship. Now, this is not a cruise ship. You cannot say, you need to use the restroom, or where's the restaurant? You can't do that, because you're now shackled, you put on this thing, and you don't even speak their language. You hear them talking to you, but you don't know what they're saying. You know when they push you that you have to go. When they push you down, you have to sit. But these are individuals that were going through turmoil. The turmoil. This term, Holocaust, you know the Holocaust, was 6 million plus Jewish people perished. And 4 million of them had been Polish Jews almost. So under the Hitler rule, right, 6 million people. Can you imagine 6 million people being killed? Now, this is called Ma'afa. M-A-A-F-A. Ma'afa. Ma'afa is a Kiswahili word, and it means great and terrible tragedy. This is our Holocaust. 20 million plus lives died through this Ma'afa. 3 times or more than the Jewish Holocaust. National Geographic even identified that the Atlantic Ocean has these ferocious man-eating sharks because they have a taste of eating flesh from the transatlantic slave trade for so long. They kind of generationally just had a taste for that. Now, when you're talking about slave ship, from a spiritual standpoint, you had issues. You had people who were, like, they would be on this tier, and these people would be here. So imagine, if you have to go, you have to go. And it's going to come down here. Okay? All right? Second, other parts are, you're talking about women on the ship for months. Okay? And you're talking about children. And you're talking about the men were generally separated from the women and children. So you had the women going somewhere in some cases, and the man being shackled. Can you imagine? Now, the terrible things that took place not only on the ship, but also throughout our entire journey through the Americas. Our people have the biggest and I say the most dynamic struggle even today because of some of the issues that took place in slavery. So now you're talking about a time period in the 1500s, all the way through the 1800s when it finally kind of dissipated. You've heard of Juneteenth? Yeah. Y'all understand? Y'all know about Juneteenth. What happened in Juneteenth, right? They were almost a whole year before they found out that they were free. They were sending couriers, but every time they sent a courier, they would shoot them. Because they didn't want them to get free. So this was the kind of things that were going on. So as you see, the instance was that these human beings, these enslaved people, in the books, in the political books and in the insurance books, they were called 3/5 human beings. Not fully human. So that means if you happen to throw one over, you get your money for it because it's an insurance claim. Because it's a cargo. It's not a person. I didn't sin. I didn't kill anybody. Thou shalt not kill. I didn't kill anybody. It's just cargo. It's just like my brown rum and my weed, and it just went bad, and I decided to throw it away.